हेलो लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, आप सबका स्वागत है मेरे चैनल पे। और आज की हमारी स्पेशल गेस्ट है शिखा चौधरी, जो कि क्लाउड इंजीनियरिंग की डोमेन में बहुत अच्छा कर रही हैं। तो क्लाउड इंजीनियरिंग क्या है, इसके सारे इंसाइट्स इस वीडियो में शेयर होंगे। तो चलो आज का वीडियो शुरू करते हैं। सो वेलकम शिखा। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, टाइम निकालने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। तो मैं चाहूंगा कि एक छोटा सा इंट्रोडक्शन आप हमारी ऑडियंस को दे दें अपना।
Thank you, Utkarsh. First things first, thanks for inviting me and reaching out to me for this interview. Also, for anyone who is watching this video, watch till the end because I am not going to repeat the same things that you must have heard a lot of times. I'm not going to tell you that you have to do DSA and you have to do development. There are a few things where you should have a new perspective, especially right now. People want to do something so that they can earn money as a student and they want to get a job as soon as possible. So, for that, you need a different perspective at times, which is what this video is going to be about from my side. As for about myself, I am Shikha Chaudhary and I work as a cloud engineer at Insight currently. I have done my BTech from ABS Engineering College in Information Technology. And apart from this, I am also a content writer. I have worked with Geeks for Geeks, Tutorials Point, Avid Python, and DevStack. I like to read. I am good at English and communication. Like if someone has to ask me what is an area where you are strong at, so I would say English and communication. And in terms of like programming and stuff, I am familiar with all the languages and the different domains like web development, data science, and all. But I particularly love Python and I code in Python. Also, one last thing about myself, I post on LinkedIn even after being told by multiple people not to because they think we do not have credibility. But the thing is, you do not need to be at Amazon or Microsoft or Google in order to build that credibility. If you have if you have a job right now after third year of college and you have been working and earning since the first year and even before that, and if you are confident and confident at speaking, then I think you are credible enough to guide your juniors, especially those who are in the same college. Because जिन लोगों को आप देखते हो जो माइक्रोसॉफ्ट में है और अमेजोन में है और उनसे जो आप चीजें सीख रहे होते हो, दैट इज ओके, बट यू शुड ऑल्सो नो कि वेयर यू आर राइट नाउ। और हो सकता है वो लोग आईआईटी से निकल के माइक्रोसॉफ्ट में गए हैं। सो if someone who wants to go there from the college that you are in right now, उसके हिसाब से you have to take advice from people who are around you. So we are credible enough to post on LinkedIn and you can check out my profile,
ओके।
which Utkarsh is going to link in his YouTube
श्योर
section.
श्योर श्योर
Yeah.
श्योर। मैम की लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल आपको मिल जाएगी डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में। तो जब आपने कॉलेज एंटर किया था, लाइक इन 2019 आई गेस, राइट?
Mm-hmm.
तो पर्सपेक्टिव क्लियर था कि यू विल गो फॉर प्लेसमेंट या फर्दर स्टडीज या गवर्नमेंट साइड?
Like for every person who is from a middle class family who has to take on responsibilities as soon as they can, it obviously was placement. And as we used to call it at that time, decent placement.
डिसेंट प्लेसमेंट, राइट? सो इफ आई टॉक अबाउट योर कॉलेज लाइफ, सो वो कैसी रही? मतलब फर्स्ट ईयर, सेकंड ईयर, थर्ड ईयर, फोर्थ ईयर?
Firstly, because of COVID, I think we missed out on a lot of our college time. Out of 4 years, we went to college for like 2 years only. And in those 4 years, I would say the best time that I had in college was in the third year. The first year, we were new, we were trying to adjust. And, in the first year, coming from school, it was very hard to be there at 8 on your own for someone who has never gone out of the house mostly on their own, and then be there like till 5. So it was very taxing mentally as well as physically. And then in the second year, in the online mode, it was kind of good, but it would have been much better if it was offline and if COVID was not there. Because in second year, you are in that mindset that now I am well settled in the college and now I want to start preparing for the placements. And for that, you need guidance and exposure. And that doesn't happen very well in online mode. So that is something that we missed out on. In the third year, we were back to college, and there was this problem of trying to maintain a social life as well as trying to study for placements. And I don't think that, it should have been that, because all our time went in COVID mostly, and we all knew that we do not have to come to college in the fourth year. So
Okay.
we only had third year to enjoy, which we did. um, Academics and everything was kind of good. And personally, luckily I did not face the problem of getting rechecked your sheets or back or UFM in university exams. So it was also a very good thing. I had good experience with teachers, made some friends, and like there are a few teachers who still have my phone number saved. So that feels really nice that like they recognize you. So that was also a very good thing.
Okay. So means you enjoyed your college life, like
Yeah, definitely.
प्रोफेशनली पर्सनली हर तरीके से.
Huh.
राइट. सो लेट्स कमिंग फॉर टू दी क्लाउड इंजीनियरिंग. क्लाउड इंजीनियर क्या होता है, सबसे पहले तो ये डिफाइन करो.
सो बेसिक टर्म्स में वही कि जो क्लाउड पे काम करे, दैट इज अ क्लाउड इंजीनियर. अगेन इफ यू आस्क मी व्हाट इज वर्किंग ऑन क्लाउड लाइक, तो बहुत simple terms में whenever I have to explain this, I take the example of Google Docs. Like you have a document on Word on your PC, that's one thing, and then you have a document on Google Docs that you can share with anyone, that is not taking space on your PC, that you can easily collaborate with. So that basically is what cloud is like. But instead of documents, we have data and we have applications that are either deployed where all the services are provided, or we either create such applications that are based on cloud. So that is basically what the job of a cloud engineer is.
ओके.
Managing, deploying, and creating applications and data for
ओके.
companies.
ओके. सो मीन्स जो आपका प्लेसमेंट रहा, वो एक ऑन कैंपस ड्राइव था, ऑफ कैंपस था, या आपने कुछ हैकेथॉन टाइप या कॉन्टेस्ट दिया?
I'm not into hackathons. I think they are for people who are really really good at coding. So it was an on campus placement. I just gave my best in that and I got selected somehow. So that's that.
ओके. द कंपनी वाज ब्रांच ओरिएंटेड और इट इज ओपन फॉर ऑल द ब्रांचेस?
No, it was branch oriented.
ओके.
Mostly, I do not remember the exact branches, but most branches like IT, CS, CSE, those were allowed, but mechanical and electrical were not allowed.
Means CS and allied branches, right?
Right, right.
Okay. So what are the basic requirements for this process?
So again, the branch and then the criteria of having your CGPA above, like I think that's 65% if I'm not wrong. And then you should not have a back in any of the exams. And our company specifically had one more criteria, that you should be good at English and communication, because most of the clients that we have here are out from India. That's why. And after the selection, they also required us to do an AZ204 exam.
Okay. So basically
So,
अगर राउंड्स के डिस्क्रिप्शन की बात करें तो कितने राउंड्स में ये प्लेसमेंट पूरा था?
okay. So, initially the usual form filling and everything. Um, After, and the screening for form filling is done by, I think, our own college itself based on the back and all of that.
Okay.
So I'll start with the first round. First round was an online test, around 2 hours, and it had questions from all the fields that we have to prepare for placements, the verbal ability part, reasoning, aptitude, everything, the core subjects, and then three coding questions. So I did all the questions, I missed nothing. And the coding questions were kind of medium. One was really hard, which I was not able to do, but I did two coding questions there. And this online test has been the reason, I think, that I made to the last round, because I scored really well in this round. The hiring team kept mentioning till the end that you have scored good in the first round. So this was really important, I guess. Then the second round, the people who were selected in the first round got to group discussion. In the group discussion, there were 10 people and there were two HRs, and in front of them we had to discuss a topic. I remember my topic, it was AI, boon or bane.
Okay.
Each one of us was given the chance to speak. It was not like you have to fight for your chance. But yes, if you are someone who has more confidence, you could have grabbed more opportunities to speak in a professional manner, which is something I also did. Okay, so that's that. And after the group discussion, again a few people were selected, and this selection was of two type. There were some people who were supposed to give only one interview after this, that was I think technical, and there were other people who were supposed to give both interviews at once, the technical as well as the HR interview. So I qualified for the second type of interview, where I was supposed to give both the interviews at once. So in that interview, again the questions were from the I'm telling the technical part first. The questions were from Python, the syntax, some basic coding questions, SQL, and things like that. And for HR questions, they were questioning about like the family, if I have worked anywhere else, if I have done an internship, and whatever I was answering based on that, they were making more questions. Like if I say that yes, I have done an internship, so they were like, okay, how was your experience, and based on that internship, what it is that you want to have in the company that you are going to work with, those kind of questions. After this, an email came through telling us that we are selected, and then we had to go for a face to face round at the office. So again, in the face-to-face round, there were behavioral questions, and they also were asking a few questions related to integrals and mathematics. I think what they were trying to do was, they were not asking anything that was based on something that you have to had, in your memory. It was
Right.
plainly based on how well you are using your brain right now in the moment. Those kind of
Right.
questions.
Application based.
Not exactly application based. It was simply like how well you are showing your presence of mind, just
Okay.
that. Okay, so that was the last round, after which we were selected, and then we had a training of 15 days, post which we gave AZ204 examination, which is an Azure certification, and then we joined the company. That's
ओके.
all.
सो वो दिन आज भी याद करो तो थोड़ा सा लगता है कि हाँ यार क्रैक कर लिया कुछ.
Definitely, because there were a lot of people who were selected, and the final number of people that made to the company, and they are in the company right now, is only three from our college, including
ओके.
me. So
ओके.
that means a lot. And also, I think that I am fortunate enough to be a part of this company, because recently our company has been featured in top 25 companies uh, to work, like the best places to work at.
Right.
And really, the culture at our place is amazing. So I feel fortunate that there are people, I'm not boasting or anything, but there are people who get to go in companies in like, the first placement is special for everyone. And the first time, if you go to a company where you're not treated well, where your mental health is getting ruined, so that doesn't feel right. So personally, for me, that is not the case. I'm in a very good company, luckily.
Okay. So if you want to guide a student that is in the second year of his college and a student that is in the third year of his college, so what will be the preparation strategies for both of them?
For someone who is in the second year, I think they should learn development first, and then move to DSA in coding. Because oftentimes people ask this question, if DSA is more important or development is more important, but at the end, you have to do both of them. Even like if someone who wants to go in a FANG company, you have to first, you know have that experience, and that is going to come very easily if you are good at development, and if you work for a startup first, and then you can always learn DSA and coding and go to a better company. So a person who is in the second year, they definitely have more time. They should work on their practical skills, they should work on development. They should either go for like Python development, or if there's someone is into data science, then you can do that entire thing. But I would always suggest that do not leave out full stack. full stack is something that is used everywhere. Even right now at our company, we were thinking that we are going to work in Python and DevOps and all, but they also need us to know React, JavaScript, and all those sorts of things. So you are always going to benefit if you are good at this entire full stack thing. So, and for someone who's in the third year, definitely skip all of that and just go over the basics of everything. You should know all of the basics, because in the interviews they just jump on questions from one topic to another. So you should be aware and familiar with the topics, with the basic concepts. And yes, coding is mandatory for someone who's in the third year, because all the online questions, they do consist of a coding question. And I was also giving an interview for another company, and the package was much higher than the one that I am in right now. But again, I was not selected because of a coding question in the interview. I was in the last round of interview and it was a coding question. So you're always going to benefit if you're good at coding, and that you can do in the third year.
ओके। सो शिखा, जब आप प्रिपेयर कर रहे थे अपने प्लेसमेंट्स के लिए, अपने जॉब्स के लिए, सो आपने भी उस टाइम पे कुछ मिस्टेक्स करी होंगी, कुछ गलतियां करी होंगी जो आप चाहते हो कि आपके जूनियर्स ना करें।
Okay, so first thing is time management and knowing what you're managing your time for. Like, personally, I feel that with peer pressure and with your friends around you, you might want to do a lot of things. You might want to go into something that is not even related to your stream, like, YouTube and stuff. And you might also want to go into a lot of different streams available in the IT field itself. कुछ लोग ये देख के join करना चाहते हैं कि कहाँ पे ज्यादा पैसे मिलते हैं, but you should first see what it is where you are interested, and you should do your own research. And then once you have started doing something, then don't drop it if you're interested in it just because someone else is doing something else. First thing is that. Second is, हमको हमेशा ऐसा लगता है कि you do not have enough time to cover all the things, but trust me, if you are going to start in the first year or even in the second year, you do have enough time. टाइम एक्चुअल में कम होता है once you are in the fourth year. You have time even in the third year, but you obviously have to streamline what you are going to do in third year. But in the first year, you have a lot of options. You can learn a lot of skills, which is always a good thing in the IT field. Having as many skills as you can have, it is a good thing, not any harm in that. And lastly, do not listen to your college way too much, like not to the extent that you do not get time for your preparation. Because trust me, what colleges are going to do, no matter which college you go in, you have to take the responsibility of preparing for placements on your own. No one is going to tell you which coding language to choose, whether to choose development or DSA, and what coding platforms to use. No one is going to teach you and spoon feed you every single thing. You have to do it on your own. And with us, what happened was, like, teachers used to tell us that you have to do coding and all of that, and we were like, okay, we'll do it, we will do it. And then eventually it was in the third year that we are getting problem solving classes all of a sudden. And then we are like, no, we have not started coding on our own yet. And when they are doing it in the class with us, it is only taking our morale down, because the we were not able to solve the questions because we had not done it on our own. So again, if we had done coding from the first year itself, we would have been in a much better position by the fourth year. Also, एक reason भी होता है इस चीज का कि you do not start coding on your own in first year. You think that अभी हमने सिर्फ C सीखी है जो हमारे सिलेबस में थी हमारे टाइम पर, तो C सीख कर मेरे को मैं कोडिंग कैसे करना स्टार्ट कर दूं हैकर रैंक पे जाके या कहीं भी जाके. बट ऐसा नहीं है. यू कैन स्टार्ट कोडिंग इवन इफ यू लर्न and if else statement in any language, just go and check for similar questions on the internet. You are going to find many. So start coding. There is no reason and that you cannot code in your first year or second year. एक language सीखी है, then you can start coding. Even you have learned one concept of a language, you can start coding based on that particular topic, right? So be early in coding. That's all from
सो
like the
बेसिकली
mistake.
जितना जल्दी हो पाए उतना जल्दी स्टार्ट कर दो, एंड
And
टाइम
take
मैनेजमेंट।
responsibility.
ओके फाइन, हाँ वो तो है ही। अब कब
यू
तक
शुड
कोई
नॉट बी
देखता
लाइक
है।
कि कॉलेज वाले कराएंगे। ये
राइट राइट।
चीज भी थी ना हमारे टाइम पे काफी बच्चों में कि वी आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन कॉलेज टोटली। जितना वो कर रहे हैं, हमारी सीजीपीए अच्छी आ रही है, इट मीन्स वी आर गोइंग टू गेट अ प्लेसमेंट। नो, इट डजंट मीन यू आर गोइंग टू गेट अ प्लेसमेंट। CGPA अच्छा आना इज अ डिफरेंट थिंग दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर सिटिंग इन गुड कंपनीज, बट कोडिंग अच्छा होना, डीएसएड अच्छा होना, दैट इज ऑन यू। DSA is also going to be a subject, obviously, and you are going to give exams and you are going to make practical files and give practicals. But at the end of the day, you have to make sure that you are good enough in DSA to the level that you can sit and clear an interview. That is on you. That is not something that the college is going to teach you.
ओके, सो ब्रांच वगैरह कितनी मैटर करती है प्लेसमेंट में।
Branch again totally depends on the companies. Like for my company, they wanted CSLite branches. If there is a company that is allowing electrical and mechanical, good. Baki, mostly there are a lot of branches right now which are aligned to computer science, so it should not be a problem. But obviously, if you are again, doing things on your own, you can always apply for an off-campus role. And there are a few companies that allow us to sit irrespective of our branches. So if you're good at coding and stuff, you will be able to qualify, not doubt. But having a CSLite branch is always an advantage.
ओके, सो अगर इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ लिंक्डइन की बात करें, मतलब एक मिथ है
Mhm.
क्या है कि रिज्यूमे में लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल का जो लिंक होता है वो अटैच होना चाहिए, तो थोड़ा अच्छा इम्पैक्ट जाता है, ऐसा कुछ।
I would not speak much from the resume point of view because in college, the companies that are coming to pick you, they are cool even if you do not have a LinkedIn profile. But for networking and finding jobs on your own, LinkedIn is a must. Especially right now, when you are trying to do something on your own. If you want to do something related to affiliate marketing, if you want to do something related to social media management and stuff, if you have your YouTube channel, you are always going to benefit from having a good network, which LinkedIn provides. Because reaching out to people is really easy on LinkedIn. Like, if it were not for LinkedIn, I would not have been able to reach out to Sandeep Jain, the founder of Geeks to Geeks, and I would not have been able to reach out. uh, I don't know who was he. I think the CEO or something of Snapdeal. Like, LinkedIn really provides you the opportunity to connect and reach out to people who are doing really good in their field. Other platforms do not allow that. So LinkedIn is really important in that point of view. And secondly, for jobs, I have not used LinkedIn for a full-time job ever, but I have used it for internships and for article writing. And recently also I used it for a part-time role, which was that of a coding instructor, which was paying as good as 30K per month. So you cannot find those jobs out of LinkedIn.
राइट।
So LinkedIn is really important for networking and jobs.
ओके, सो प्रोजेक्ट्स और इंटर्नशिप्स कितने इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं।
Okay, so I think projects do increase the value. They are not only going to help you in getting a placement, but there is also this thing, once you get a job offer, you are going to be required to have a particular set of skills so that you can start working on projects. Getting a project is also something that is very important once you have a job. So if you do not have application skills, if you cannot make something real out of whatever you have learned in 4 years of college, then it's a waste of everything, I will say. Because at the end, surviving in a company is also very important. And
राइट।
that happens when you have a skill. And it all goes back to making, to learning things and then doing a practical of that, which leads us back to having a project. So then I said that in the previous clip as well, that you should make multiple projects. They do not have to be very big, but whatever you are learning, even if you have learned CSS, you can have everything broken down into a sort of a project only. Like, even if you put everything, your notes and everything on a website, that counts, right? If you can make notes of everything and make a website out of it, whatever you're learning, that also counts. So just make a lot of projects. And as for internships, see, finding an internship that is going to align with the job that you are in is not that easy, and that is not always going to happen. But doing an internship to get an idea about how life is in while you are working or in the corporate world is a good thing. Like, for me personally, I have this habit of, because I have worked as an article writer, I know that there is a lot of pressure at times from people who are working above you, right? And you learn to handle that once you have done an internship, when you have worked somewhere else. So I don't face much problem right now at my office. But had I not done an internship, I would have had no idea about what kind of work culture goes around in corporate. So, yeah, having an internship is good. It gives you confidence and it gives you exposure. And having projects not only helps you in getting a job, but it also helps you after you are placed in a company to get projects.
ओके, कमिंग टू माय लास्ट क्वेश्चन, जहाँ पे आप जॉब कर रहे हो वहाँ का वर्क
Right.
कल्चर, एक बार थोड़ा सा जिस्ट में, वर्क कल्चर प्लस क्या क्या स्किल्स आपने और ऐड ऑन करे आप आफ्टर ग्रेजुएशन, एंड क्या
Right.
आपका वर्क प्रोफाइल रहता है, टाइमिंग्स वगैरह का, वर्क फ्रॉम होम है या हाइब्रिड है या कैसा क्या है?
Okay, so we have offices at multiple locations, and I belong to the NCR region, so I do not have to go to office right now. It's completely work from home, but very soon we are looking forward to go it to hybrid mode, not work from office, hybrid. And as for culture, it's the perfect place to work at. You are never going to have a bad day over here. The people are really polite. Even the managers and the technical leads, they ask you that do not call us sir, call us by our names. That's a very good thing. And it's not just for the sake of formality. Like, they told me not to call us sir a few times, and I was like, they are doing it out of humility. I am still going to call you sir. And then they were like, no, change this habit. You do not have to call us sir, call us by our name. So, and they have regular questionnaires for us to fill so that we can tell them if we are facing any problem at the workplace. They have amazing policies, holidays, leaves, everything. They even have days for us where we can take a leave to learn something. They provide us with vouchers for certifications and all of that stuff. So the culture is really amazing. The people are really amazing. They are always going to make you feel welcomed. You're always going to fit in. And for the job profile, so initially we were working on Azure simply, and over time we explored DevOps, C Sharp, .NET, and currently we are working on Power Platforms. That's mostly what we work on. And DevOps is a major part of all of this, Python, DevOps, and deploying pipelines and all. That's that. And what else was in the question? Can you remind me once?
जॉब
The
डिस्क्रिप्शन यू हैव डन, वर्क कल्चर यू हैव डन, हाँ वर्क फ्रॉम होम यू हैव डन, राइट, ऑल द थिंग्स आर कवर्ड.
Okay, yeah.
ओके, सो बेसिकली मैं चाहूंगा कि एक छोटी सी एडवाइस आप मेरे व्यूअर्स को दे दें, एंड डू अपील फॉर द लाइक कमेंट एंड सब्सक्राइब.
Okay, okay, okay. See, this is something that you do not even have to appeal for. You're doing a wonderful job with this channel, because there are a lot of channels and there are a lot of people. But for someone who is in ABS, especially, and the colleges that are likewise, like AKG and a lot of other colleges present in NCR, the students are really going to take advantage of this channel, because we know how life is like in these colleges, and you are bringing that on to the screen. So that is something very good. It is for, the benefit of the people who are going to make the most of it. it is the perfect thing to do. That's for your channel. And for the advice, do not wait for the fourth year to begin your preparation. Do not think that you have to do everything. If you feel that you are good in development and you're not good at DSA, then skip DSA for now, but at least do development to an extent where you can, really tell someone that yes, मेरे को आता है. It should not be like तुम्हें आता है for formality, या फिर सिर्फ थ्योरी आती है, या फिर सिर्फ बिल्कुल रटे हुए जो एमसीक्यू के क्वेश्चंस होते हैं ऑनलाइन मिलते हैं वो आते हैं. इतना अच्छा आना चाहिए जो दिखना चाहिए तुम्हारी प्रोफाइल में, अगर आता है तो. एंड यू डू नॉट हैव टू टेक प्रेशर बिकॉज ऑफ वॉट एनी वन एल्स इज डूइंग, बिकॉज हो सकता है कि they are not even showing you. Because at my time, this is what happened. The people who were really coding did not let us know even by the last year. And there are also people who are going to copy paste to get those stars on coding platforms, so you never really know what anyone else is doing. So just do not copy paste. And lastly, uh, use your time really well. Use your time not only to enjoy and learn, but also to improve your skills in every other area. Like right now, सिर्फ आईटी में जॉब लेना should not be your only priority. There are a lot of other things that you can be focusing on. मतलब एक महीने में या फिर 6 महीने में भी अगर आप एक स्किल सीख रहे हो, like video editing or writing or anything, that you can earn really well outside your job. So that is something you should do. And you should not wait कि मेरा college खत्म हो जाएगा then I'm going to work on these things, because that is never going to happen. If you have to do something, it is it is like do it now or it's not going to happen any day, that sort of thing. That's all.
ओके, सो थैंक यू शिखा। तो इसी के साथ इंटरव्यू यहाँ पे एंड करते हैं। शिखा का लिंक्डइन अकाउंट का लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगा, तो अगर कुछ भी डाउट होता है उनकी प्रोफाइल से रिलेटेड तो आप वहां जाके पूछ सकते हैं। और चैनल पे नया हो तो लाइक कर देना, कमेंट में बताना अगले कौन से डोमेन्स आपको चाहिए, प्लस आप आ ही गए हो तो सब्सक्राइब करे बिना मत जाना। तब तक के लिए चलते हैं। डू नॉट गेट स्टक इन पास्ट, डू नॉट वरी अबाउट द फ्यूचर, जस्ट लिव इन प्रेजेंट, बी हैप्पी एंड स्टे मोटिवेटेड। थैंक यू गाइस।